I know you gonna dig this.
Get funky with me.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? So I'm doing this video all about Prince. I love Prince. You love Prince. You're watching this video because you love Prince. Look at this. That's a big freeway wall behind me. Right in front of me is Prince's first house. He was born in June of 1958. His family lived here. And they lived here till the end of 1958. Apartment 203, right here. Look at this little building. How cool is that? This is where Prince first lived. His first house. Only for a few months, but it counts. Like I said, apartment 203, right in there. Now, I've got a lot of places, a lot of houses I'm gonna hit. And of course, Paisley Park at the end. Now, the second house they moved into after this has been demolished. I'm not gonna go to that. I'm gonna go to another house they lived in for a long time. Listen, this is all about Prince. Let's go to another location having to do with the greatest musical artist ever to come out of Minneapolis. Definitely one of the greatest artists of all time, Prince. So that house you see right there behind me, that was where Prince lived from 1965 to about 1972. So around the age of 7 to, I guess, 14 roughly. So he really began to develop his musical style. His sister talks about him playing the piano in this house. He lived here with his mother and his stepfather. And his mother and stepfather lived here until 1985. So when he was huge, they were still living here. Isn't that crazy? It's right there. Prince lived here for 7 years in this little house, this little ranch house. And it's funky and it's cool. Well, his name was Prince and he was funky. His name was Prince. His name is Prince. He's the one and only. There we go. All right, now let's go to the famous Newton House, which everyone considers Prince's like childhood home, but really this is. The Newton House is where his father lived. We're gonna go there now, and he developed more musical skills there, then on to another place, and then another place, and another place. And it's gonna get brighter. Isn't that weird? It's gonna be brighter soon in the next few clips. Then really bright. Because I'm filming this out of order, and I'm really confused now. But, yeah. So it's the end of the day. But it's not for the video. Science. Okay, let's go. I don't understand anything. I'm so stupid. Okay, look, there it is. This has become, I'm going through like a lot of emotions. I love Prince so much. So I've been listening to his music while making this video. And I've been alternating with getting sad and then getting really excited to see these places and excited to show you. And it's just back and forth with the way I'm feeling. But it's a celebration of Prince's life. Long may his purple rain. Right there, Prince. Okay, these kids really want to be in the video. All right, there you go. So look behind me. I'm losing daylight. That was Prince's father's house. And Prince lived here for a short period of time. And Prince's family still owns it to this day. Cool little house. Prince actually only lived with his father here for a short time, like about a year. Him and his father had a falling out, then Prince moved out. So, I'm gonna take you now to another house. It didn't belong to anyone in Prince's family, but it's where Prince, I believe, really became Prince. Still owns it, the family. His sister. So here I am at the home of Andre Simone. one of Prince's best friends. Now, Prince moved here as a teenager, and he lived in this house, and he shared a bedroom with Andre for a while, and then moved into the basement, and that's where a lot of the Prince sound was developed, right here in this house, and the neighboring house too. So Prince and Andre formed the first band together with Prince's cousin Chaz in this house. And next door, their bandmate Terry Jackson lived right there in that house there on the left. And that's where Morris Day auditioned to be their new drummer. And they would rehearse back and forth between the two houses. So Andre's house right there that you're looking at. And then Terry Jackson's house right there on the left. All right, so that's Andre Simone's house behind me. Now let's go to another of Prince's houses. After he made it a little big. A little big, a lot big. So in the early 1980s, Prince bought a house here in Chanhassen, which is just a suburb. Chanhassen? Yeah, Chanhassen. A suburb of Minneapolis, where Paisley Park is. And these were parts of controversy. 1999, I think Sign of the Times too was recorded here. Yeah, Sign of the Times, and also The Time, the band, Vanity 6, Apollonia, they were all recorded here. There was a home studio here. And Prince painted the house purple, obviously. And when he moved out, his father moved in, and his father lived here, I believe, until 2001. But then the house was sold and then demolished in 2003. But what's cool is the gates still remain. So the gates with a peace symbol and a heart are still here. Now there's a new house here. I didn't realize that. I thought the property was completely gone, like abandoned. But I'll show you those gates. You can see the heart right there. Sorry. And the peace sign right there. I'll go down a little bit more. Yeah, you can see it there, right there in the middle, the heart and the peace sign. But there is a new house here on the property. But yeah, this was one of Prince's addresses. And this was where he did a lot of recording. And kind of just before the Purple Rain phase took off huge, right here. That's where he lived. So I was recording that from my car, but then the owner came up to me driving in and said, "Would you like to take a picture of the fence?" I said, "Yes." So I'm going to take a picture of the fence. Look at that.
That's what it was like when I bought it.
So did you buy it from have you owned it since Prince?
Yeah, I bought it from Prince's estate, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually wrote a letter to Prince about 4 years ago wanting to buy this property to build. And he saved our letter when it came on the market. And you can Google it too. There's Google Prince's Purple House. There's like a story of us out there.
Okay.
Did I just finish a tour?
Straight, well, the tour just ended, so everybody's coming over here. So these are the original gates.
Yep, this is the original gate.
That is nuts.
When we bought it, it looked just like this. This chain was around it, so
Right.
kind of locked it up. But
And people come and, oh, look at that little purple
yeah,
ribbon.
yeah, people will put stuff on there. I mean, not as much now that we live here.
Yeah. Purple wall.
Doing it one time with
That was once in a lifetime. You can see the owner there in the yellow shirt, John. What a nice guy. Shy to be on camera. But he talked to me, fine talking. But other Prince fans just came up just as I was here. And he was talking to them too. He closed the gate specifically for me just so I could take pictures. It's amazing. So Prince also bought the adjoining lot at one point. Right there, and there's a new house there as well. And but he had this huge fence put up, and then a fence at the lake. So fans, because he was hitting big when he lived here, big. Wow, that was really awesome. Seeing that fence up close, the iconic Prince fence. All right, where did he live after this? Let's go. It's kind of crazy. There's like So this is where Prince moved after the purple house over that I just showed you with the fence. That's the gatehouse. Now this house is demolished as well. This is known as the Galpin House. And he recorded parts of Sign of the Times and the Black album here. And there's a song called Xana Lee by Prince. And you can hear a police officer at the beginning, like a fake police officer, say, there's a disturbance on Galpin. It's about here. Yeah. And all that remains of the tennis courts. But when I was driving by, it looked like there's a new house built on the property again. I didn't think so. But he also, across the street here, there's a couple of houses, and I don't know if they're still here, that were owned by Prince, but I don't think he lived in them. He just bought a lot of property all around. But right over here, 2 houses. I'm not sure which ones they are. I didn't really look at that because I wanted to see this. I was more excited just to see a gatehouse. That's really cool. But for Prince, this was one of his primary residences before he moved to Paisley Park. Now, I don't know how close I can go. Well, let's see. You can kind of see it's really cool. I don't know what this says here. Lenner at the park. Huh. So guess who owns this house? The Prince estate. Yeah, this is another one of Prince's houses. He owned this house for over 10 years. It was an investment property, but it has a purple living room. So I'm thinking that maybe it was a getaway house. Because if he had a purple living room, I mean, I think he maybe stayed here. Now, as far as I know, it was for sale for $335,000. Looks like somebody's living there now. I can't tell for sure. I'm not sure. But that was, or is, one of Prince's properties here in Minneapolis. So this would be after, because he owned this, he put it up for sale just before he passed away. So that's, I guess, 2006 he would have bought this and owned it for 10 years. And then I believe the Prince estate still owns it. So I'm just down the street from the last location I'm going to. But I want to stop here and show you this little building right here. It's now State Farm Insurance. But at one point it was owned by the Prince estate and Prince. I believe it was used for storage. I'm not sure exactly what it was used for. But this building right down the street from where I'm going now was owned by Prince. All right, let's go to the last location right now. All right, I've made it. After, I don't even know how many years I've wanted to come here. Way before Prince passed away, one of my dreams was to come to Paisley Park. And now I'm here. I've looked it up on Google Maps and Street View thousands of times, just to check, just to make sure it's still there all the time. And here it is. I'm here. Now, I'm taking the tour. And I was near Minneapolis last year, about 2 hours away, and I was just about to drive up and do the tour. And then I looked online and said, you can't take pictures or video inside. And I thought, well, then I can't go there. Because I want to do it for my channel. And I want to do it for you guys that are watching. And then when I decided to come to Minneapolis, on this trip here, I thought, well, I can still do the tour, and I've got a pretty good memory. So as soon as I come out of the tour, I'm going to tell you everything that I saw and tell you exactly what's inside and tell you how the tour was. I'm going to go into Paisley Park right now. They take your phone away. So as of Monday of this week, they're now allowing you to have your phones back as soon as you enter this room, the main sound stage. And the Npg Room is next door. You're going to see that in a moment. And they unlock your phones from the little pouch that they give you, and they said you can have at it. So I had at it, and these are the costumes. So I'm just going to talk while I'm showing you what I showed you, and see if I can remember what exactly. There's the party man outfit from that Prince wore in the Bat Dance video. I call it the party man outfit because it reminds me of what Jack Nicholson was wearing in the party man scene in Batman, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, so I'm just going to kind of freeform and talk about what you're seeing here. This soundstage is huge. It's 12,500 square feet from what I remember. And it is really big. So they have a few of his cars. Not many of his cars. I don't have no idea how many cars he actually owns, so I don't know. But yeah, that's one of them right there. Then we're going to go up here and they're going to show a bunch of his guitars and more of his outfits. And this, I believe, was from the Emancipation era. I'm not sure. I think so. From what I remember, it was. They had it all kind of set up. And there's two more of his cars. If you're a huge Prince fan, like myself, but you're probably maybe even a bigger fan, then you can tell me where those costumes are from. Because I don't have as great a memory as I thought I did. Oh boy. So here we are. You're seeing that's a big stage set up. So Prince would perform in here all the time. He uses the other MPG stage next door more, but his last performance at Paisley Park was on this stage, the one that you're looking at right there. That was where he did his last performance at Paisley Park. So I believe I'm going to look over here. Yes. Show you just how big it is. And that was when he did his piano tour, just him and a piano. That was one of the outfits that he wore. And the purple piano that was on tour with him. Prince and a Piano, I believe it was called, or something along those lines. Piano and a microphone. I was close. Yeah, he took the show on tour with just him, a microphone and a piano. That's really all you need when it comes to Prince. There's his famous symbol when he changed his name after his dispute with Warner Brothers. He became the artist formerly known as Prince and used that symbol. So I just kept wandering around, taking it all in and remembering that, well, I want to show you as well. I highly recommend coming and doing the tour yourself, though, if you can get out here. I mean, the other rooms are incredible to see. I really, really thought the Purple Rain room was just awesome. And seeing his first guitar. And there's doves in the foyer, too, when you come in. And I believe one of the doves was alive when he was alive. And I'll tell you that Paisley Park was built in January of 86, I believe, by a local constructor. But Prince was the one that designed it. I mean, he was the one it was his idea, and he had it built to his specifications. It opened on September 11th, 1987. And I know that there's two recording studios, Studio A and B, a rehearsal room with full recording capacity. People that have recorded here at Paisley Park: Madonna, Paula Abdul, and one of my favorite bands, R.E.M. And I believe Finding Cannibals did either all or part of Raw and the Cooked here, which is a big album of theirs. Where are we now? Okay, Musicology. That's all I have to say about that, apparently. And more purple chairs. Definitely you see a lot of purple in Paisley Park. I mean, it was his favorite color, right? We all know that. So the soundstage was designed to use for concerts and rehearsals, but they shot all of the movie Graffiti Bridge in there. What else? They did all tour rehearsals. Indoor and outdoor scenes. That's right, from Graffiti Bridge were shot there. I forgot about that. Yeah, they made it look like they were outdoors. Diamonds and Pearls tour was rehearsed here. Ultimate Live Experience. And then I think we're going into the other room now. Yes, here we are. Okay, this is the Npg Room, it's called. And see, right there where I'm standing, Madonna came and watched a show of his not too long before he passed away. Right after when she did her Rebel Heart tour in Minneapolis, St. Paul, she came to a private show of Prince's here. And I believe that's the VIP area, and I think that's where Madonna and her dancers would have been sitting, in that VIP area. And usually what was playing was his favorite movie, Finding Nemo. It was always playing on a loop. And then up those stairs, I believe you're going to see, I think I'm sure I'm upstairs. That leads up to dressing rooms and stuff. But I believe Prince usually came out of either that door in the back there or a door behind the stage. But he would throw huge, I'm just talking. He would throw huge events here all the time. Sometimes he wouldn't come on stage, though, till 5 a.m. Sometimes he wouldn't come on stage at all. People would be waiting around thinking, is Prince coming? Is Prince coming? I believe that's on the cover of Sign of the Times, that front car. Yeah, so people would wait around for a long time for Prince. Now we're going to go outside. And these are parts of the stuff that was left for Prince after he passed away on the wall outside of Paisley Park. So they've got everything that doesn't expire, like flowers or anything like that. But they've saved and archived everything, and they take it out and replace stuff on the wall like that all the time and put new stuff up on display. Here's his famous Super Bowl outfit, which I think is probably up there with U2 as the two greatest Super Bowl performances of all time. This is Prince's tour. And this is Prince's tour bus on the back of Paisley Park here. Some extra purple carpet. Souvenir. I wonder if they'll notice. So, my thoughts on the tour. Well, that soundstage that you just saw, that's incredible. Really incredible. And I don't think there's a lot of real footage of that anywhere. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. So here's the main entrance right here, okay? You go in. Immediately to your right, there's a staircase. Now, this is where it's a little sad. That staircase, right alongside of it, is where the elevator is, or used to be. It's drywalled over now, completely. You can't even tell there was an elevator there. That's where the elevator corridor was, going to the elevator where Prince sadly passed away. And it's right in the front entrance there. But there's a musicology poster. If you come on the tour, look for the big, giant musicology poster with the ticket stubs from the tour. And the corridor was directly behind there. So that was, and a few other people were talking about that. So I think it's a well-known thing. His ashes used to be here in a mini, now they may still be in the building, but they're not on display, in a mini Paisley Park urn. I think probably what's going to happen is there's going to be a giant memorial to him here with his ashes buried or something, I would imagine, like Graceland. So I'm not sure. Then you go into the main room where there's a dome with purple lights that shine at night. Everything's purple. Inside, everything is purple. It's really beautiful. Off to the right, there is a mini kitchen, kind of set up like an old diner, like a 50s diner, and with a TV that was on. And that's where Prince liked to sit and entertain friends and watch TV. What else? Okay, so then there's a bunch of different rooms dedicated to, there's original handwritten lyrics for Soft and Wet. His original guitar, his first ever guitar that he used all the time still. Then he went into like a little, and his office. His office was amazing to see. His own personal office. Now his living space is upstairs in the back there. That's where he lived. But his office is on the main floor, and you get to go in it, and it's exactly as he left it. And a giant purple phone, and books on pharaohs in Egypt, dictionary, lots of books, lots of piles of papers in various parts, but neat, kept neat. CDs, stuff like that. Then you go into the main studio. They play a snippet of a song called Rough Enough that's never been released. That was really cool to hear. Very funky, very distorted vocals, distorted sound, interesting. And then you see a little video about how he makes his music in that room. That was really cool. Here, I'll show you something right here. You can see right inside there's a purple chair, and that, I don't know, whatever that is, mushrooms. There's a couple of purple chairs. Now this building over here, before I get back to the tour, this building over here, Prince called it the Egg, and he wanted to use it as I believe they said, now what did he say? He had plans to make it into something. A rehearsal studio, or I can't remember, but it's empty, and it's been empty the whole time. Prince's own Paisley Park. Oh, the Purple Rain. There's a room dedicated to Purple Rain. You see you see a lot of his costumes from various tours, movies and stuff. The first thing you think is, wow, he was tiny. Like his feet, his body, he was small. Would probably come up to about here on me. And you hear his voice a lot, singing here, but you also hear interviews in here. And that soft baritone voice of his, it's just crazy. And it's so sad. Like at times you kind of get overcome with emotion when you see how vibrant and exciting a performer he was, and how passionate he was about his music. I mean, he's one of the greatest musicians of all time. And it's so you just get a little sad. So then the Purple Rain room, you see the original outfit that he wore, the purple jacket with the thing here. You see one of the 3 motorcycles used. You see one of his scripts. Then they go into the under the Cherry Moon room, dedicated under the Cherry Moon. Then a graffiti bridge room, and what else? Then you go into the soundstage where I showed you. So there's no. It's a good hour and 10 minutes, I'd say, the tour. It's not as extensive as, say, Graceland that I've done before. It's a smaller building, I guess. Well, no, Graceland, no. I don't know. Well, this is a huge building, but half of it's off limits, right? And incredible to see. Amazing. I highly recommend coming and taking the tour. If you're a Prince fan, or if you're just a music fan, definitely come here. If I can think of anything else that I missed, I'll throw it on at the end, and wherever I end up later today. All right. So from Paisley Park, peace out. Prince, rest in peace. I love you, man. We all do. Right here, Paisley Park. All right. Bye-bye. Little purple fire hydrant. Some flowers left. So these fences were covered. All these fences, especially right over there. Those are the main fences, the main gates. They were covered after Prince passed away with flowers, notes, you name it, hats, everything right there.